This review has been brought to you in part by Main Irish Airsoft and Accuracy Pneumatic Shooting. Hey, welcome back to Oddie's Airsoft, and today we're reviewing and looking at one of the finest sort of tripwire mines that have come on the market in a long time. This is the Hakkotsu APS Thunder B trip grenade. Now, we've been plinking around and playing around with the Thunder B grenades for a long time now, and as you already know at this stage, if you've watched any of the videos on the channel, and if you haven't seen those videos, I suggest at the end of this video you hit the links that I put up and have a look at them. The Thunder B grenades are absolutely a game changer in the right environment. Now, the first version that came out, there were temperamental buggers that sort of go off or they wouldn't go off, and it was in the hands of the gods as to what would happen. Then APS went away and they redesigned a few things. They listened to the players, and that's what I find great about APS. They do actually listen to their target audience. They went away and they reconfigured a few components and they got it working so that the new version of Thunder Bs are far more reliable. I'm not saying that there's the odd occasion where they don't go off. It probably happens, but you know what? I've been using them a while and they've gone off every single time for me. Now, these are CO2 driven grenades, and what's brilliant about them, take the usual little sort of cartridge, the CO2 cartridge, and what's different about this particular version, instead of it having a spoon on top, it has the normal safety catch that you put in, but this little hammer is held back by this little pin, and this little pin goes into this little brass hole here, and when it's all set up, it just gently hooks the hammer back down. And the idea being is that this is attached to this very strong cord. The cord is attached to a different section of tree or bit of, you know, furniture if you're in CQB world, and as the Op4 walks through, they pull this with their foot or their body, it unclicks, and then the shell expands to a point of no return with the CO2 being released, and off it bangs. Now, each cartridge comes with a white line, and that is exactly where it's going to split every single time, so you can change the direction of your kill zone. If you want to put a little bit of flour or something in this, it'll actually blow out in a certain direction, so you can actually face this where the Op4 is going to walk through. Right, these are all the components that you get with the new Thunder B tripwire grenade. Basically, you get an outer shell. This is the one that will blow up, expand and blow, and once it's gone, it's gone. You have to replace them. They're only cheap, they're about €1 each. On this one you can see a white line, and that white line is simply, it means it's going to blow up or expand and crack on that line every single time, so you can actually direct the line towards your Op4 where you imagine they're going to be. If you wanted to put a little bit of flour or powder into the actual grenade itself, it'll help it blow out in the direction that it's meant to go in. So that's the shell. Now, one thing I will say about the shell, if you notice, it's got these two grooves. That's to facilitate the fixing of the little ties that come with it. You can pick these up anywhere. They're cheap as chips. And to be honest with you, we found one just around the neck is perfect. It doesn't need two fixing points, but you can have the two if you so want. So, okay, the difference between the normal Thunder B and this one is there's the hammer, but there is no spoon, as Neo would say. So what you do is you put your safety clip in like so. It's always a bit fiddly when they get a bit bent, but bear with me. Now, that's her in there. So once that's set up, put that aside. Basically have the pin section from the inside, and one of the big changes they made, they put in these metal washers instead of the plastic washers they used to have. It makes it a much better job. Also, the bottom of the casing here you can see is drilled with a big hole there, and it allows the CO2 to expand out into the actual canister much quicker. So basically, the pin goes in like so. You've got the metal washer like there. The next thing is this knurly bit that goes on, and you wind that down tight. This kind of locks everything into place. Once that's on tight, you then put on the outer casing. Once the outer casing is on, you put your CO2 cartridge in. You now push on your last piece here, and that's how ready to go. Now, the way this sets up is when you pull this back, it's quite fiddly and you've got to be careful. You have your cord and there's a pin, and on the brass hole here, if you look at the pin or the striker here, there's a little indent where this little knob will go. So when that comes down, you push that in and that's it, being held. So that's how ready to go. Then what you do is you take out your pin gently, make sure that you don't set off the trip itself, and then literally when that pulls, everything is released and off she goes. Now, obviously you know the CO2 cartridge I have in here is an expended one, so it's for just demonstration purposes only. So it's a real simple mechanism and it works a charm every single time. It's going to be, as I said, a real game changer. Yep. So all in all, an amazing product from APS. This is going to be another game changer. The Thunder Bee, I have to say, for me was a game changer. If you've ever played in a field where Thunder Bees are being used and one lands at your feet, whether you're behind hardcover or not, you're moving. It's a real scare factor. Well, these are going to change it from a different perspective, because people coming upon these are not going to know they're there, and you're going to have them hard lined in against some hardcover, and as soon as the OPFOR walk through it, this thing's going to go off every single time. A real dinky nice little piece, retailing at the same value or the same price as the standard Thunder Bee grenade, and we got these from Main Irish Airsoft. Definitely check them out. I have to say kudos to APS for bringing out another awesome product. You know, companies like APS, as I said, they are always listening to their clients, their customer base, finding out what's needed, finding out what changes they can make, and do the adjustments accordingly. So big well done. This has been Oddie's Airsoft, and I hope you've enjoyed this fantastic product, and I hope you get out to use it sometime, because I know I will be.